History by the Hour, Episode 14, 6 Seconds in Dallas, November 22nd, 1963, Dallas, Texas. The sky is clear, the weather is warm, American flags hang from storefronts, office workers gather near windows, children sit on their parents' shoulders, police officers stand watch along city streets, and thousands of people wait patiently for a glimpse of the President of the United States, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. At 46 years old, he is one of the most recognizable men in the world. Young, charismatic, confident, a president who seems to embody the optimism of a new decade. Today is supposed to be routine. A political trip through Texas, a series of speeches, handshakes, photographs, smiles, nothing more. Yet, by the end of the day, the United States will be transformed. A nation will lose its president. Millions will remember exactly where they were, and 6 seconds in downtown Dallas will become some of the most examined seconds in human history. This is the story of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Hour by hour, moment by moment. The day America changed forever, 10 a.m., Dallas prepares. Long before the president arrives, crowds begin gathering throughout the city. The route of the presidential motorcade has been published in local newspapers. Everyone knows where the president will travel. People leave work early. Families line the sidewalks. Business owners step outside. Photographers search for the perfect position. There is excitement in the air. For many people, this is their first opportunity to see a president in person. Children wave small American flags. Supporters hold signs. The atmosphere feels celebratory. No one suspects that this ordinary Friday will soon become one of the darkest days in American history. 11:37 a.m., Air Force One lands. Air Force One touches down at Love Field. The aircraft rolls across the runway and comes to a stop. A crowd gathers behind barriers. Photographers raise cameras. The aircraft door opens. President Kennedy appears. Beside him is First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy. She wears a bright pink suit that will become one of the most recognizable pieces of clothing in American history. The crowd erupts with applause. Kennedy smiles. He moves towards supporters instead of rushing directly to his limousine. He shakes hands, signs autographs, greets ordinary citizens. The mood is relaxed, friendly, optimistic. Nothing about the scene suggests danger. Nothing suggests this will be his final public appearance. 12 p.m., the motorcade begins. The presidential motorcade leaves Love Field. The president rides in an open-top Lincoln Continental. Jacqueline Kennedy sits beside him. Texas Governor John Connally and his wife Nellie sit in front of them. Secret Service agents follow closely behind. The route winds through Dallas. Crowds cheer from sidewalks. People wave from office windows. Children scream excitedly. The president smiles constantly. Again and again he waves to supporters. The motorcade progresses exactly as planned. For nearly 30 minutes, everything appears perfect. The visit is a success. The crowds are larger than expected. The reception is enthusiastic. Nobody knows they are approaching one of the most infamous locations in American history. Dealey Plaza, 12:25 p.m., approaching Dealey Plaza. The motorcade enters downtown Dallas. The crowds remain dense. The president continues waving. The atmosphere remains festive. Dealey Plaza appears ordinary. Roadways intersect. Buildings surround the area. Employees watch from windows. Spectators crowd the sidewalks. Among the buildings overlooking the plaza stands the Texas School Book Depository, a 7-story warehouse building. At first glance it seems unremarkable, yet within minutes it will become one of the most famous buildings in America. 12:30 p.m., 6 seconds in Dallas. The presidential limousine turns onto Elm Street. The vehicle slows. The crowd watches. Then a sharp crack echoes through the plaza. Many people initially mistake it for a firecracker. Others stop and look around in confusion. The sound is unexpected, unclear. Then another shot rings out. This time people begin reacting. Heads turn, spectators duck. Secret Service agents spring into action, and then a third shot. The entire sequence unfolds in only seconds, roughly 6 seconds that alter the course of American history. President Kennedy has been struck, Governor Connolly has been wounded. Chaos erupts. People scream, some run, others drop to the ground, many simply freeze, unable to process what they have witnessed. The limousine accelerates away from Dealey Plaza. Secret Service agents climb onto the vehicle. The motorcade races toward Parkland Memorial Hospital. Behind it, confusion consumes the plaza. Witnesses point in different directions. Some believe the shots came from the Texas School Book Depository. Others insist they came from the grassy knoll. Police officers rush toward nearby buildings. Nobody knows exactly what happened, only that something terrible has occurred. 12:36 p.m., Parkland Hospital. The limousine arrives at Parkland Memorial Hospital. Doctors rush to the emergency room. Medical personnel work desperately. The atmosphere is frantic. Every available second matters. Outside, reporters begin gathering. Police officers establish security. Rumors spread rapidly. Across the country, radio stations interrupt programming. Television networks begin reporting that the president has been shot. Americans gather around televisions, inside homes, inside offices, inside schools. The nation waits, hoping for good news. 1 p.m., the announcement. The hope does not last. At 1 p.m. Central Time, President John F. Kennedy is officially pronounced dead. He is 46 years old. The announcement spreads across the nation within minutes. Television anchors struggle to maintain composure. Radio broadcasters speak in hushed tones. Ordinary Americans stand in disbelief. Some cry, others simply stare silently. For many, the news feels impossible. A president has been assassinated in broad daylight, on live television, in front of hundreds of witnesses. The country enters a state of shock. 1:15 p.m., the search begins. As doctors conclude their efforts at Parkland Hospital, investigators begin searching for answers. Witnesses provide statements. Police officers secure Dealey Plaza. Attention quickly focuses on the Texas School Book Depository. Inside, officers discover spent cartridge cases, a rifle, and evidence suggesting the shots originated from an upper floor. The investigation moves rapidly. The pressure is immense. The entire world wants answers. 1:50 p.m., Lee Harvey Oswald. Less than 90 minutes after the assassination, Dallas police arrest a 24-year-old former Marine named Lee Harvey Oswald. The arrest follows the fatal shooting of Dallas police officer J.D. Tippit. Investigators quickly suspect Oswald may be connected to both crimes. Reporters swarm police headquarters. Questions flood in. Who is Lee Harvey Oswald? Why would he kill the president? Did he act alone? Was there a conspiracy? Nobody knows. Yet already the mystery is beginning. A mystery that will endure for decades. 2:38 p.m., Air Force One. Back at Love Field, history continues unfolding. Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson prepares to take the oath of office aboard Air Force One. The aircraft that carried President Kennedy to Dallas will carry a new president back to Washington. Inside the cramped cabin, federal judge Sarah Hughes administers the oath. Johnson raises his hand. Jacqueline Kennedy stands nearby, still wearing the same pink suit she wore during the motorcade. The photograph captures the moment. It becomes one of the defining images of the 20th century. Government continues. Power transfers peacefully, even amid tragedy. Yet the nation remains in mourning. November 24th, live television. 2 days later, Lee Harvey Oswald remains in police custody. Television cameras crowd police headquarters. The nation watches every development. Then, something extraordinary happens. As Oswald is escorted through the basement, a man suddenly emerges from the crowd. His name is Jack Ruby, a local nightclub owner. Before anyone can react, Ruby fires a single shot. Oswald collapses. The event unfolds live on national television. Millions watch in disbelief. The man accused of killing the president has himself been shot. The mystery deepens, the questions multiply, and many Americans begin wondering if they will ever learn the complete truth. America mourns. The days that follow are filled with grief. Flags are lowered across the nation. Schools hold memorials. Churches fill with mourners. Television networks suspend normal programming. The funeral procession moves through Washington. Hundreds of thousands line the streets. Millions more watch from home. One image becomes unforgettable. 3-year-old John F. Kennedy Jr. standing beside the road, saluting his father's casket. The moment becomes permanently etched into the American memory. The funeral. On November 25th, leaders from around the world gather in Washington. Presidents, prime ministers, kings, queens, representatives from dozens of nations. Together they honor the fallen president. Kennedy is laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery. An eternal flame is lit, a symbol of remembrance, a symbol that still burns today. Yet even as the funeral concludes, the search for answers continues. The investigation. The federal government establishes the Warren Commission. Its mission is straightforward: determine exactly what happened in Dallas. Investigators review evidence, analyze photographs, interview witnesses, study films, examine ballistics. After months of investigation, the commission reaches its conclusion. Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. Yet many Americans remain unconvinced. Questions persist. Alternative theories emerge. Books are written. Documentaries are produced. Debates continue for decades. Even today, the assassination of John F. Kennedy remains one of the most discussed events in American history. Not simply because a president died, but because so many people still wonder why. Closing. As the sun set over Dallas on November 22, 1963, America was no longer the same nation that had awakened that morning. A routine political trip, a smiling president, a cheering crowd, a motorcade moving through city streets, and then 6 seconds. 6 seconds that ended a presidency. 6 seconds that shocked a nation. 6 seconds that changed history. Because history does not always change over years, or months, or even days. Sometimes history changes in moments. Moments so brief they can be counted on one hand. 6 seconds in Dallas, and a moment America would never forget.